Good morning. Today is Thursday, March 24th, at day 4. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing for the land acknowledgement.
From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe peoples. We wish to recognize the long history of Indigenous peoples in Canada and show our respect to them today. We recognize their stewardship of the land. May we all live with respect on this land and live in peace and friendship. You may now be seated.
Hey, Medill. I thought I'd come on and just first of all say how excited we are to have everyone back after March break, since we haven't been back in person for a couple of years. There has been a little bit of a misunderstanding, and so I want to clarify a couple of things. First and foremost, students and staff are still required to screen before coming to school to make sure that people are not sick or haven't been exposed. And if you have been exposed or a close contact, that you're following the new guidelines. So you do not have to show the green check mark to prove that you've screened, but you still are required to screen so that we make sure that we know there's lots of people still getting COVID. We just don't want them coming to school and possibly spreading it now that masks are not mandatory. I wanted to clarify also that sometimes masks may be mandatory and sometimes staff, like myself, might choose to wear a mask in certain situations. So I wanted to make sure that staff and students are respectful of people's choices. There's lots of reasons why people might choose to wear a mask. They may have a compromised immune system. Maybe somebody at their house or somebody that they see regularly is going through chemo or radiation or other procedures that lower their ability to fight off infections. And so it's really none of your business why somebody's choosing to wear a mask. Just like other choices in life, it's just nice that people have the choice now. So let's be respectful and make sure that we honor that. Many staff and students, if you haven't been doing the screening in the morning, you will not realize that things have changed, in that there are still some times where people are required to wear a mask. So I'm just going to go over a couple of those, and this will be on the screening. So if you, for instance, were in close contact with somebody that has symptoms of COVID-19 or close contact with somebody that tested positive, there are certain responses to that. So one is wearing a mask for 10 days after you're exposed. So if you are a close contact, somebody on your hockey team, somebody on another activity that you're doing, or a classmate that notifies you that you've been hanging out with lunch, you are required to wear a mask for 10 days after that exposure. And again, you'll find that out when you do the screening. If you have done a 5-day isolation period for any particular reason, you must wear a mask for 10 days after that isolation period began. So again, that is a requirement based on the screening. Just in case you, in fact, get the COVID virus and aren't showing symptoms right away. If you've traveled outside Canada, so anybody that traveled outside Canada should still be wearing a mask if they traveled over March break. And that is for at least 14 days after re-entering Canada. And the last reason on the screening is if you had a vaccine in the last 48 hours, you're also asked to wear a mask because you could be experiencing some of those symptoms, but it also could be that you caught the COVID virus prior to getting it. So again, it's just a precaution. So if you have questions, go to the Ontario screening. Make sure you get that green check mark. It has changed, so if you haven't gone on, you should still be doing that every morning. Thanks so much, guys, and thanks for keeping COVID away from the school so that we can stay in person. All right, I'm going to turn it over.
Be back into our regular announcements. Driver education classes will be starting with the Drive Right Driving School over the 2 weekends of March 26th and 27th and April 2nd and 3rd in Wingham. Students can start classes 3 months prior to their 16th birthday, and please register online. Rock band. So instrument, bass, and guitar players are needed in the rock band. Come join in the music room during lunch today or email Roman if you can't make it. Medill Rugby, the 2022 rugby season is here. Any grade 9 to 12 students who are interested in playing girls or boys rugby should put their name on the sign-up sheets outside of room 303 and join the Google Classroom for the appropriate team. More information will be posted there about tryouts and etc. No experience is necessary. Come out and try a new sport. You can see Miss McDonald Ellis, Miss Eisenprize, or Mr. Donnelly. If you have any questions, please pick up the tryout form from your coach today. Track and field season is about to begin. Anyone in grades 7 through 12 who is interested in joining the track and field team this year is asked to attend a meeting at 11:50 a.m. this Friday, March 25th, in room 331. That's besides the student success room. They'll be handing out a form that you need to have signed by parents or guardians before you can attend your first practice. Practices will begin Tuesday, March 29th after school. Please see Mr. McIntyre in room 331 if you're unable to make it to Friday's meeting. If you are interested in playing girls' high school soccer this year, please sign the sheet outside of Miss Armstrong's office in the small gym. Please add yourself to the Google Classroom, and most important information will be communicated through the classroom. Be sure to include your name and grade when signing up. Stay tuned for more information, and if you have any questions, please see Miss Armstrong. Lacrosse. Outlaws Lacrosse Association will be offering a lacrosse league this summer for girls and boys out of Wingham. The season will begin April 9th with skills and drill sections twice a week, with games to begin mid-May. There will be a free try lacrosse clinic on March 29th at FE, and you can see the school website for more information. Today, the special in the cafeteria will be tacos with a side and small milk. All specials are $6.25 or $5.50 without a milk. 515, wondering where you can hang out and get free pizza at lunch on Thursdays? In room 302 at 515, of course. Bring a friend and see you there. Celebrate local talent in a Broadway buffet of 10-minute musicals. This concert-style showcase features a mega mix mashups from shows including Newsies, High School Musical, Moana, and Matilda. The showcase is on April 9th at 2 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. at the Teeswater Town Hall. Tickets are by donation only and can be booked at the Studio 410 website. If you like shows with fun and exciting dancing, singing, and acting, we hope to see you there to support a few of our Mustangs in their performance. And then our escape room is going to begin shortly, so teachers should check their emails. You have the link to the escape room, same deal as last year. You should also have a doc that you can share with students so they can look at some of the documents more closely. Should only take around 15-ish minutes, depending how fast you're on. And then the points from this will add up to our March challenge total. So we'll give you 5 minutes to get set up, and then we just have a few videos to play for you before you start going through the intro. So yeah. And then any questions, you can call room 121. 121. Yeah. All right. We'll give you time for that. So nobody's confused, it's one entry through class, so the teachers should have it on the screen, and then the class can work through it together, but the teacher submits the final answers. Okie dokie. So we have some intro videos for you to do for starting the form that we're going to play now. Just a reminder, give us a call at room 121 when you're finished the form if you have any questions. We may or may not be giving out hints depending on how big your questions are. So yeah, let's get those videos. Okay, so without further ado, get started. Call us if you have any questions. Let us know when you're done. Good luck. Also, something to consider as you're working through, we're gonna give the most points to people who get all the numbers right, and then we're gonna move on to who had the quickest time. So just consider that as you're working through. Okay, don't spoil. Don't do any spoilers. Challenge 2. Okay. Oh no. Do you want to do two? Do you want to do 2 answers with both of the different names? All right, just a heads up, when you get to challenge 2, I think it's challenge 2, there might be 2 possible answers. So if you can put down both of the 2 possible answers, that would be great. Alrighty, just so you all know, we have 4 submissions so far. So Mr. Bartman, Mr. Sutzman, Mr. Ross, 5 submissions. Ms. Baker and Mr. Holland have all finished their escape room. So we got some more answers rolling in here. We have Mr. Mercer, Mr. Johnson, Mr. McFarland, and Mr. McIntosh. Okay, so we now have 10 answers, so we're going to close the stream, but keep on working through. Remember, the right answers are more important than how long you take. And good luck, and we'll post results tomorrow.